Have you ever wondered how to transform the experience of living alone as an older adult into a journey filled with joy, fulfillment, and peace? Whether by choice or circumstance, living solo can be both liberating and challenging. In this video, we'll explore life-changing habits inspired by those who have successfully embraced solo living, offering practical tips to enrich your daily life. Stay tuned until the end to discover strategies that will help you create meaningful routines, maintain social connections, and nurture your physical and mental well-being, ensuring that your time alone becomes a deeply rewarding and empowering experience. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Create a meaningful routine. One of the most profound and universally shared pieces of advice from those who live alone is the undeniable importance of establishing a meaningful daily routine in a world that can often feel overwhelming or unstructured, especially when the natural rhythms of shared spaces or full-time jobs are no longer there to provide that external framework. A routine becomes more than just a schedule, it becomes your lifeline. Without it, it's easy to feel as though the days blur together, making it difficult to maintain a sense of purpose or direction. But with the creation of a thoughtfully crafted routine, even the most mundane tasks can transform into something that provides a sense of grounding, stability, and inner peace. It's easy to overlook the value of structure when you're caught up in the freedom that comes from living alone. You wake up, and there's no one to tell you what to do. There are no shared responsibilities and no external prompts to guide you from one activity to the next. For some, this newfound independence can feel liberating, but for others, it can quickly become disorienting. It's a delicate balance. Without structure, there is a real risk of drifting into a state where days seem endless and unproductive, leading to feelings of isolation and dissatisfaction. This is where the power of a daily routine comes into play. It's not just about filling time, but about creating a rhythm that gives your life meaning. A routine brings a sense of purpose to your day, allowing you to look forward to the small moments of joy and fulfillment that come from simple, intentional actions. Whether it's starting the morning with a cup of coffee, exercising to boost your energy, or ending the evening with a peaceful reflection, these activities form the building blocks of a day that feels purposeful and whole. Take the example of Mary, a retired teacher, whose story resonated with many in an online community of people sharing their experiences of living alone. After retiring, Mary struggled to find a sense of structure in her life. She no longer had the steady flow of students, lesson plans, and school events to guide her days, and she felt an emptiness in the absence of those familiar routines. But rather than succumb to the aimlessness that threatened her well-being, Mary decided to take control of her day by building new routines that would bring her the peace and stability she needed. Every morning, without fail, Mary begins her day with the same simple ritual. She brews a pot of fresh coffee, something she never rushes, savoring the aroma as it fills her kitchen. Then she takes her cup and sits by the window, watching the sunrise slowly transform the sky with its soft hues of pink, orange, and gold. In this quiet moment, she allows herself to simply be, soaking in the beauty of the world waking up around her. As the light streams through the window, she opens her journal and writes down her thoughts. She doesn't pressure herself to write anything profound, just a reflection of how she feels, what she's grateful for, or a small intention for the day ahead. It's such a small thing, Mary reflects, but it gives me a sense of peace and grounding that I never realized I needed. What Mary discovered in her quiet morning ritual was more than just a way to pass the time. It was a way to reconnect with herself and the world around her. That sense of stillness, of finding beauty in the routine, brought her a deep sense of fulfillment. Through her daily ritual, she found meaning in the ordinary, and that sense of structure became the foundation of her day. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Routines like Mary's don't have to be elaborate or time-consuming to be effective. It's often the simplest habits that bring the most profound sense of satisfaction. The key is consistency, showing up for yourself every day in ways that nurture your body, mind, and spirit. Whether it's taking a walk in the fresh air to clear your mind, practicing yoga to connect with your body, reading a book that inspires you, or simply making a nutritious breakfast, these small actions accumulate, giving your day a shape and purpose. What makes routines so powerful is that they offer more than just structure. They provide a sense of control and autonomy over your life. When the outside world feels chaotic or unpredictable, your routine becomes the one constant you can rely on. It's a reminder that, even in the solitude of living alone, you can create a life filled with intention and meaning. You get to decide how you spend your time and what brings you joy. And that freedom, when harnessed thoughtfully, is incredibly empowering. For many, establishing a meaningful routine is not just about productivity, it's about creating a sense of inner peace and emotional stability. It's about finding joy in the small moments of daily life, moments that may seem insignificant to others but hold immense value for you. It's in these moments, whether it's sipping your morning coffee, journaling your thoughts, or simply taking a few minutes to breathe and reflect, that you connect with yourself on a deeper level. In the end, The beauty of living alone is that you have the freedom to design your day in a way that brings you fulfillment. You're not bound by the expectations or schedules of others. Instead, you can craft a routine that aligns with your values, your desires, and your emotional needs. By creating a meaningful routine, you give yourself the gift of purpose, stability, and inner peace, a gift that enriches not only your day but your entire life. So, whether it's starting your day with a peaceful morning ritual like Mary's or incorporating small habits that bring you joy, take the time to build a routine that feels meaningful to you. It's in these seemingly ordinary moments that we find the extraordinary, those moments of clarity, joy, and contentment that come from living a life filled with intention and purpose. And in doing so, you'll discover that even in solitude, your days can be filled with beauty, peace, and fulfillment. Number 2, maintain social connections. Living alone comes with a unique set of challenges, one of the most significant being the potential for loneliness. The quiet, though often peaceful, can sometimes turn into an overwhelming sense of isolation, especially when there's no one to share your day-to-day experiences with. Many people who have walked this path will tell you that the key to thriving, rather than merely surviving, is maintaining meaningful social connections. It's not just about having people to talk to occasionally, it's about creating and sustaining relationships that make you feel connected, valued, and part of something bigger than yourself. In various online forums, people often share how important it is to be proactive when it comes to keeping in touch with others. While living alone may give you the freedom to do as you please, it also requires you to take initiative in reaching out and staying connected. Without the daily interactions that come naturally when living with others or working in a busy environment, it's easy to let relationships slip through the cracks. Yet, it's exactly these relationships that can be the antidote to loneliness. Consider the story of Paul, who has been living alone for over 10 years. In an online discussion, he shared how he has managed to maintain a deep bond with his sister, despite the physical distance between them. Every Sunday, without fail, Paul calls his sister. "It's our time," he says, reflecting on the importance of these weekly conversations. "We laugh, we reminisce about our childhood, and it helps me feel like I'm still part of something bigger than just myself." For Paul, these phone calls are more than just a routine, they're a lifeline. They ground him, providing a sense of continuity and connection that stretches beyond his solitary living arrangement. Paul's story serves as a reminder that it's not the quantity of interactions that matters, but the quality. Even if you're not someone who needs to be in constant contact with others, having those regular, meaningful conversations can make a world of difference. For some, a weekly phone call, like Paul's, might be the perfect way to stay connected. But if phone calls aren't your preferred method of communication, there are plenty of other ways to maintain your social ties. Texting, video chats, and even old-fashioned letter writing can serve as powerful ways to stay in touch. Sometimes, just the act of sending or receiving a thoughtful message is enough to remind you that you are not alone. In today's digital world, we are fortunate to have an abundance of tools that make staying connected easier than ever. Online communities such as those found on Reddit, Facebook, or specialized forums can offer a surprising sense of belonging, even if you've never met the people on the other side of the screen. Whether you're passionate about knitting, cooking, photography, or fitness, there's likely a group out there that shares your interests and is eager to engage in meaningful conversations. These virtual connections, while different from face-to-face interactions, can still bring a sense of fulfillment and joy. The internet has the power to dissolve the barriers of distance and circumstance, connecting us to people who can enrich our lives, even from afar. Some may argue that online connections can't replace the warmth of in-person interactions, and to some extent, that's true. But in a world where geographical distance and busy schedules often prevent us from being with our loved ones as much as we'd like, these digital spaces offer a way to bridge the gap. They provide a sense of community, a place where you can share, learn, and simply be part of something beyond your individual experience. If you find that connecting with others doesn't come naturally, or if you're hesitant to reach out to old friends or family, consider joining a local club or social group that aligns with your interests. Whether it's a book club, a gardening group, or a fitness class, participating in activities you enjoy alongside others can be an excellent way to form new relationships. These shared experiences create natural opportunities for conversation and connection, often without the pressure of having to make friends right away. Over time, these casual encounters can blossom into deeper, more meaningful connections, offering the sense of companionship and support that we all crave. Ultimately, maintaining social connections is about being intentional. Living alone doesn't mean you have to live in isolation. It means you have to take extra care in nurturing your relationships, both old and new. The people in your life, whether they are family, friends, or members of an online community, it can help you feel grounded and remind you that you are part of a larger network of love, friendship, and support. Loneliness, though real, doesn't have to define your experience of living alone. By staying connected with others, whether through a weekly call, a group text, or an online forum, you can build a support system that enriches your life and gives you a sense of belonging. There's a profound emotional comfort that comes from knowing that, no matter how physically alone you may be, there are people out there who care about you and are ready to listen, laugh, and share in your journey. It's in those connections, no matter how small, that we find the emotional nourishment we need to thrive. So, as you navigate the joys and challenges of living alone, remember to reach out. Whether it's calling an old friend, joining a local club, or finding a community online, maintaining social connections is an essential part of creating a life that feels rich, fulfilling, and whole. You don't have to do it every day or with every person you know, but nurturing a few key relationships will help you stay grounded and emotionally connected, even when you're physically by yourself. In the end, it's these connections that remind us that we're never truly alone. We are always part of something greater. Number 3, take care of your health, physical and mental. When you live alone, there's one undeniable truth. The responsibility for your well-being rests squarely on your shoulders. There's no one else to notice when something's off, whether it's a lingering physical ache or a shift in your mental state. So it becomes essential to prioritize your health in all its forms. Both your body and mind need attention, care, and nurturing. This responsibility may feel overwhelming at times, but it's also incredibly empowering. By cultivating habits that support your physical and mental health, you are not only caring for your present self, but also laying the foundation for a healthier, more fulfilling future. Let's start with the physical side. As we age, it's easy to fall into the mindset that it's too late to start new habits, especially when it comes to exercise. But stories like Ellen's prove that it's never too late to begin prioritizing your health. Ellen, a 72-year-old widow, shared in a community forum how she decided to incorporate daily exercise into her life. For years, she had resigned herself to the belief that exercise was something for younger people. However, after a health scare, she decided to make a change. Now, she walks for 30 minutes every morning, and this simple routine has become, in her words, the best part of my day. What's striking about Ellen's story is the joy she finds in something as simple as walking. She talks about how the fresh air clears her mind and the gentle movement eases her joint pain. The walk not only benefits her body, keeping her active and mobile, but also gives her a chance to connect with nature and reset her thoughts. It's a reminder that physical health doesn't always require intense workouts or gym memberships. Sometimes the most effective and sustainable exercise is the one that fits seamlessly into your daily life and brings you happiness. For some, that might be a morning walk like Ellen's. For others, it could be stretching, yoga, or even dancing around the house to your favorite music. The key is to find what works for you and to make it a regular part of your routine. But physical health is only part of the equation. Your mental well-being is just as important, if not more so, when you're living alone. Without the constant presence of others to provide emotional support or distraction, it's easy for negative thoughts, anxiety, or feelings of isolation to creep in. This is why it's crucial to develop practices that help maintain your mental health and keep your mind clear, calm, and focused. One practice that many people swear by is mindfulness. Mindfulness, in its simplest form, is the act of being present in the moment, fully aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. It sounds simple, but it can be incredibly powerful. Whether through meditation, deep breathing exercises, or just taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly and center yourself, mindfulness can help reduce stress, manage anxiety, and stave off the negative thoughts that sometimes accompany solitude. If you're new to mindfulness or meditation, you're not alone. Many people are hesitant to start because they don't know where to begin, or they feel like they're not doing it right. But the beauty of mindfulness is that there's no right or wrong way. It's a practice that evolves with you over time. For beginners, apps like Calm or Headspace are frequently recommended as they provide guided meditations and mindfulness exercises that are easy to follow. These tools can be incredibly helpful in building a routine that supports your mental well-being. For Ellen, mental health is something she attends to alongside her physical health. After her morning walk, she takes a few minutes to sit in her favorite chair by the window, focusing on her breathing and the sensations around her. She doesn't overthink it, she just lets herself be present in that moment. It helps me let go of the stress I didn't even realize I was holding on to, she says. This small act of mindfulness sets a peaceful tone for her day and helps her manage any anxiety or negative thoughts that might arise. It's worth noting that mindfulness doesn't have to look like traditional meditation. For some, mindfulness might mean gardening, cooking, or even journaling, anything that allows you to be fully present and engaged in the moment. The goal is to find what helps you connect with yourself and provides a sense of calm and clarity. Taking care of your mental and physical health may seem like a daunting task, especially when you're doing it alone. But it's important to remember that these small, daily habits can make a huge difference in the quality of your life. Whether it's a 30-minute walk, a few minutes of deep breathing, or simply choosing to drink more water and eat nutritious meals, these actions accumulate over time. They not only improve your immediate well-being, but also protect your future self, helping you stay strong, resilient, and emotionally balanced. Living alone gives you the space to truly listen to your body and mind. You have the freedom to experiment, to try new things, and to figure out what works best for you. In doing so, you gain a deeper understanding of yourself, what nourishes you, what depletes you, and how to strike a balance that promotes your overall health and happiness. So, as you navigate the ups and downs of living alone, take time to prioritize your health. Your body and mind are your greatest assets, and caring for them is a lifelong journey. By incorporating small but meaningful habits into your routine, whether it's physical exercise, mindfulness, or simply taking a moment to check in with yourself, you are investing in your well-being and ensuring that you live a life that is not only long but also fulfilling, vibrant, and joyful. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Number 4. Embrace the joy of solitude. There is a profound difference between loneliness and solitude. While loneliness can feel like an unwelcome emptiness, solitude, when embraced, is a gift. Living alone provides the unique opportunity to cultivate a deeper relationship with yourself and the things that bring you joy. It opens the door to discovering or rediscovering passions, hobbies, and interests that may have been neglected during the busier phases of life. In solitude, you can experience the beauty of uninterrupted time and space, allowing you to grow in ways you may not have imagined before. Many people have shared how living alone has been a turning point for them, a chance to focus on themselves in the most fulfilling way. Take Susan, for instance, a regular contributor to a gardening forum. When she began living alone, Susan found herself reconnecting with a long-forgotten love, her garden. "My garden became my sanctuary," she says. "Every morning I spend time tending to it. There's something so therapeutic about nurturing something and watching it grow. It's a peaceful reminder that life continues to bloom, even in solitude." For Susan, her garden represents more than just plants. It's a reflection of her growth, a reminder that the time she spends alone can be incredibly enriching. Susan's story is one of many. Others have shared how they've used their time alone to immerse themselves in passions they might not have had the space or energy for before. Whether it's painting, knitting, learning to play a musical instrument, or even writing, solitude gives you the freedom to explore your interests without distractions. This is one of the greatest gifts of living alone, the ability to fully dedicate time to the things that light you up inside. In these moments of quiet creativity, you're not just filling time, you're cultivating joy and a deeper sense of purpose. When you live alone, you're in complete control of how you spend your time. There are no interruptions, no obligations pulling you away from what you want to do. You can wake up and dive straight into a project or spend the afternoon lost in a book. You can try something new, fail at it, and try again, all without feeling self-conscious or rushed. It's a liberating experience, knowing that you get to dictate the flow of your day. This freedom, far from being isolating, can be incredibly empowering. Some might fear that too much time spent alone will breed feelings of loneliness or boredom, but when approached with the right mindset, solitude can be a space of rejuvenation. It's a chance to slow down and listen to yourself in a way that's often impossible in the hustle and bustle of daily life surrounded by others. You get to ask yourself, what makes me happy? What brings me peace? And most importantly, how can I use this time to feed my soul? For some, solitude becomes a form of self-care. It's in these quiet moments that you can truly focus on your well-being physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Whether you find joy in a morning yoga routine, cooking a favorite meal, or simply sitting in stillness and reflecting, solitude provides the perfect space for self-discovery and self-nurturing. Many people find that once they embrace the joy of solitude, their relationship with themselves deepens in a way that positively impacts all areas of their lives. Of course, there may be moments when the quiet feels too overwhelming, when you long for the company of others. But instead of viewing these moments as negative, they can be seen as opportunities to lean into solitude and find peace in the stillness. Over time, you might find that what once felt like emptiness is a rich, fertile ground for creativity, introspection, and growth. Solitude also encourages you to live in the present. When you're alone, there's no pressure to be anywhere else, no one else's expectations to meet. You can be fully present in whatever you're doing, whether it's sipping your morning coffee, working on a craft, or simply sitting in your garden like Susan. These moments of presence can feel almost meditative, reminding you that life doesn't have to be rushed or filled with noise to be meaningful. The joy of solitude lies in the freedom to be unapologetically yourself, without the influence of others' opinions or the need to cater to anyone else's schedule. You have the opportunity to truly explore who you are and what brings you happiness. It's a time to experiment, to rediscover old hobbies, or to try new ones. Maybe you've always wanted to paint but never found the time. Or perhaps you've dreamed of learning a musical instrument but felt too intimidated. Now is the time to embrace those passions fully. There's no better time to invest in the things that make your heart sing. So, as you embark on this journey of living alone, don't fear the solitude. Instead, embrace it with open arms. See it as an invitation to deepen your connection with yourself and to cultivate a life filled with the things that bring you joy. Whether it's tending to a garden, learning to knit, or simply enjoying the peaceful quiet of your home, allow yourself to savor the beauty of these moments. In the end, solitude is not a state of loneliness. It's a state of being where you have the opportunity to thrive. It's in these moments of quiet that you might just discover the most important relationship of all, the one you have with yourself. Number 5, cultivate a cozy and safe home environment. When you live alone, your home isn't just a place to sleep or eat. It becomes your sanctuary, a space that reflects who you are and offers you comfort, safety, and peace. Creating a cozy and secure home environment is one of the most important things you can do to enhance your well-being and make your space feel truly yours. It's not just about keeping things tidy or organized. It's about intentionally filling your living space with elements that make you feel good, that bring you joy, and that help you relax at the end of the day. Many people who live alone have discovered the profound impact their environment has on their mood and overall happiness. Take Rebecca, for example, a frequent contributor to a home decor forum, who shared her journey of transforming her apartment. At first, she didn't think it mattered how her space looked. I used to think that because I lived alone, it didn't matter how my space looked. But I realized I spend all of my time here. This is my retreat, my haven. So why shouldn't it be a place that makes me happy every time I walk in the door? She began to fill her home with warm, soft lighting, plush blankets, and personal mementos from her travels. These touches not only made her space more comfortable, but also transformed it into a reflection of her personality, a space that she felt deeply connected to. Rebecca's story highlights an essential truth. Your living space should be a reflection of you. When you surround yourself with things that make you feel good, whether it's artwork that inspires you, books that spark your curiosity, or simply colors and textures that bring you comfort, you're creating an environment that nourishes your soul. A cozy blanket draped over the couch, a favorite candle burning on the table, or a string of soft lights hung across the wall can make all the difference in turning a house into a home, especially when you're spending a lot of time alone. These small, thoughtful details help you feel grounded and give your space a sense of warmth and intimacy. But comfort isn't just about aesthetics, it's also about feeling safe. When you live alone, safety is a key concern, particularly as we get older. Many people recommend taking small yet significant steps to improve home security, ensuring that your sanctuary is not only cozy but also secure. Simple investments, like installing a doorbell camera, smart locks, or motion-detecting lights, can provide a sense of protection and peace of mind. Knowing that your home is secure allows you to fully relax, to enjoy the space you've created without the worry of unwanted intrusions. For older adults living alone, these precautions are often seen as essential. A doorbell camera can give you the comfort of knowing who's at your door before you answer, while smart locks allow you to control access to your home with ease, even from afar. These modern tools are simple to install. It can make a world of difference when it comes to feeling safe. And with peace of mind comes the ability to truly unwind and enjoy your home to the fullest. Beyond security measures, another important aspect of feeling safe is ensuring that your home is physically accessible and comfortable for you. This might mean rearranging furniture to create clear walking paths, adding non-slip mats to prevent falls, or even investing in better lighting to make sure every corner of your home is well lit and welcoming. For some, cultivating a safe environment may also include decluttering, removing unnecessary items that could pose hazards or simply add to a sense of chaos. A clear, organized space can contribute to a sense of mental clarity and emotional peace, helping you feel more in control and at ease in your environment. Living alone gives you the unique opportunity to design your home exactly as you like it. You don't have to compromise with anyone else's tastes or preferences. This freedom allows you to explore what truly makes you feel cozy and secure. Do you love curling up with a good book in a nook filled with throw pillows? Or maybe you find comfort in surrounding yourself with plants and nature-inspired decor, bringing a bit of the outside world into your living room. Whatever makes you feel most at home, embrace it fully, and let your personality shine through in every corner of your space. Another benefit of living alone is that your home becomes a place where you can completely be yourself. It's your retreat from the world, a place where you can recharge, reflect, and take care of yourself without distractions. Whether you spend your time indulging in hobbies, watching your favorite shows, or simply enjoying the quiet, your home is a space where you can feel truly at peace. That's why it's so important to cultivate an environment that makes you feel safe, comfortable, and happy. It becomes the backdrop for your daily life, influencing your mood, your mental state, and your overall well-being. So, as you build your life in solitude, take the time to make your living space a true sanctuary. Fill it with things that bring you joy, whether it's the soft glow of a reading lamp, the scent of a lavender candle, or the sight of a favorite piece of artwork that makes you smile. At the same time, prioritize safety by taking simple but effective steps to secure your home and ensure it's a space where you can feel protected and at ease. By cultivating a cozy and safe environment, you're not only enhancing the quality of your daily life, but also creating a foundation for emotional and physical well-being. Your home should be a place where you feel both comforted and secure, where you can retreat from the world and recharge. When you walk through the door, you should feel a sense of warmth, safety, and happiness, of feeling that this is your space, and it's exactly where you belong. Number 6, stay engaged with the world. One of the subtle dangers of living alone is that isolation can slowly creep in without you even realizing it. Days can blend into weeks, and before you know it, you might find yourself feeling disconnected from the world outside your door. That's why so many people emphasize the importance of staying mentally and intellectually engaged. It's a lifeline that keeps you connected to the broader world, and it's essential for maintaining a sense of purpose and vitality. Engaging with new ideas, staying informed about current events, and constantly challenging yourself to learn can fill your days with excitement and curiosity, even when you're alone. For many, this sense of engagement comes from diving into subjects that they've always found fascinating but never had time for during the busier phases of life. Take James, a retired engineer, for example. After spending years in the workforce, James found himself with more free time than he knew what to do with. Instead of letting the empty hours stretch on, he decided to rekindle a long-held curiosity about astrophysics. "It's something I never had time for when I was working," James shared on a forum. "Now, I feel like I'm finally feeding my curiosity." He started taking online courses, watching documentaries, and reading books on the subject. Through these new pursuits, James not only stayed mentally sharp but also rediscovered a passion that brought a renewed sense of excitement to his life. James' story is a powerful reminder that it's never too late to learn something new or explore an interest you've always been curious about. Living alone provides the perfect opportunity to dedicate time to the things that stimulate your mind and enrich your understanding of the world. Whether it's astrophysics, philosophy, history, or art, immersing yourself in a topic you love can make the hours fly by and give you a sense of connection to something larger than yourself. But staying engaged with the world doesn't always have to mean diving into academic subjects. It can be as simple as keeping up with current events, reading the newspaper or online articles, and staying informed about what's happening in your community or the world at large. This not only keeps your mind sharp, but also makes you feel connected to the global conversation, reminding you that you're part of a larger narrative that's constantly unfolding. Staying up to date on issues that matter to you can also spark conversations with friends, family, or even online communities, deepening your sense of involvement and engagement. For others, staying intellectually engaged might mean exploring different ways of thinking or exercising their creativity. Some people take up hobbies like painting, writing, or crafting, while others challenge themselves with puzzles, crosswords, or games that stimulate their minds. Even something as simple as learning a new card game or solving a jigsaw puzzle can give your brain the workout it needs to stay active and sharp. These activities are not just pastimes, they're ways to keep your cognitive abilities honed, which becomes increasingly important as we age. Another great way to stay engaged is by learning a new language. Language learning apps and online resources make it easier than ever to pick up a new language or refresh skills in one you've previously studied. Not only does this challenge your mind in new ways, but it also opens doors to understanding different cultures and perspectives. Engaging with another language allows you to connect with the world freshly and excitingly, and it can even lead to meeting new people through language exchange programs or online communities. The key is to remain curious and open to new experiences. You don't have to master every topic you explore, but simply maintaining a sense of wonder about the world and a willingness to keep learning can profoundly enhance your quality of life. Whether it's watching documentaries, taking online courses, listening to podcasts, or attending virtual lectures, there are countless ways to stay intellectually stimulated without ever leaving your home. Many people find that living alone gives them the freedom to pursue interests they never had time for before. Without the distractions of other people's schedules or responsibilities, you can devote as much time as you want to whatever sparks your curiosity. You can learn at your own pace, explore new ideas as they come, and immerse yourself in subjects that truly interest you. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. And let's not forget the importance of maintaining social and intellectual connections through online communities. Forums, discussion groups, and social media platforms offer a wealth of opportunities to engage with others who share your interests. Whether you're discussing the latest scientific discovery, participating in a book club, or sharing your thoughts on a documentary, these virtual connections can make you feel less isolated and more connected to the wider world. It's a reminder that even when you're physically alone, you're never truly disconnected from the global community. Staying mentally engaged is not just about avoiding boredom or filling time, it's about nurturing a sense of purpose, growth, and curiosity. When you make a habit of learning, exploring, and challenging your mind, you give yourself the gift of continuous discovery. You remind yourself that life is full of endless opportunities to grow, no matter your age or circumstances. So, whether you choose to immerse yourself in astrophysics like James, tackle a new hobby, or simply stay informed about the world around you, remember that keeping your mind active is essential for a fulfilling life. It's through these small but meaningful actions that you stay engaged with the world, ensuring that you remain intellectually vibrant and connected, even when you're navigating the quieter moments of living alone. In the end, staying mentally and intellectually engaged isn't just about expanding your knowledge, it's about feeding your soul and keeping the spark of curiosity alive. Number 7, practice gratitude. One of the most powerful and transformative habits shared by people who live alone is the practice of gratitude. It's easy, especially when you're on your own, to let your thoughts slip into negativity or feelings of loneliness. The quiet can sometimes amplify doubts, worries, or a sense of isolation. However, consciously choosing to focus on what you're grateful for, even in the smallest moments, can profoundly shift your mindset. Gratitude has the power to turn even the most mundane day into one filled with meaning and appreciation, helping you reconnect with the beauty that surrounds you. Margaret, a widow in her late 60s, discovered this truth firsthand. After her husband passed away, she struggled with the overwhelming sense that life was simply slipping through her fingers. "I used to feel like life was passing me by," she admits. "There were days when I felt like I was just going through the motions, but then Margaret came across the idea of practicing gratitude. Every night before bed, she began the simple habit of writing down 3 things she was grateful for that day. At first, it felt awkward. I didn't know what to write. But over time, I started to notice the little things like a quiet cup of tea or a sunny day and how much joy they brought me. It's changed my outlook completely. Margaret's story is a beautiful example of how gratitude can reframe the way you see your life. It's not about waiting for the big, extraordinary moments to feel thankful. Gratitude, at its core, is about recognizing the quiet blessings that fill your days, the warmth of the morning sun, the satisfaction of finishing a good book, or even the simple joy of hearing a favorite song on the radio. When you make the effort to intentionally seek out and acknowledge these small moments, you begin to realize that your life is rich with things to be grateful for, even in its most ordinary aspects. This practice of gratitude isn't just about making lists or going through the motions. It's about cultivating a mindset that constantly looks for the positives, even on the toughest days. When you train your brain to seek out things to be grateful for, it becomes easier to focus on the good, rather than dwell on the negative. This doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. Rather, it's about finding balance, recognizing that alongside the difficulties, there is still much to appreciate. Over time, this shift in perspective can lead to greater emotional resilience, peace, and even happiness. One of the most beautiful aspects of gratitude is that it helps you live more in the present moment. When you're actively looking for things to appreciate, you're more likely to slow down and truly notice the world around you. Instead of rushing through the day, gratitude encourages you to savor it, to take a moment to enjoy the smell of fresh flowers, the taste of your favorite meal, or the comfort of a warm blanket. These are the moments that, when strung together, create a life filled with meaning and joy. For many people who live alone, gratitude can also serve as a powerful antidote to loneliness. When you start focusing on what you have, rather than what you lack, it becomes easier to feel content and fulfilled in your own company. The sense of longing or emptiness that sometimes comes with solitude begins to fade as you realize how full your life truly is. Whether it's the peace of a quiet evening, the satisfaction of completing a personal project, or the ability to design your day exactly how you want, there's always something to appreciate. Another benefit of practicing gratitude is how it helps to shift your emotional and mental energy. Instead of dwelling on what's missing or what could be better, you direct your focus toward the abundance that already exists in your life. This doesn't just lift your mood, it can transform your entire approach to living alone. Instead of feeling like you're merely passing time, gratitude makes you more aware of the small, beautiful details that make your life unique and valuable. It's a reminder that every day is an opportunity to experience moments of joy, peace, and fulfillment. The beauty of practicing gratitude is that it's accessible to everyone, no matter where you are in life or how much time you have. You don't need special tools or a complicated routine to start. It can be as simple as reflecting on 3 things you're thankful for at the end of the day, just like Margaret does. Or you can incorporate it into your morning routine, starting your day with a mindset of appreciation. Some people find it helpful to keep a gratitude journal, while others prefer to mentally list things they're grateful for while they're sipping their coffee or taking a walk. The key is to make it a regular habit, something that you do consistently so that it becomes second nature. Gratitude also encourages a deeper sense of connection with the world around you. When you start looking for things to appreciate, you often begin to notice the people in your life who make a difference, the small acts of kindness you encounter, or the beauty in nature that you might otherwise overlook. This can foster a greater sense of empathy and compassion, not just for others, but for yourself as well. When you're kinder to yourself, when you recognize and appreciate the good in your life, you're more likely to treat yourself with the care and love you deserve. So, as you navigate the experience of living alone, consider embracing the practice of gratitude. It has the power to transform not only your perspective, but also the way you experience each day. Life is full of small miracles and quiet blessings, and by choosing to focus on them, you can create a life that feels rich, fulfilling, and deeply meaningful. Whether it's the warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of birds outside your window, or the simple satisfaction of completing a task, there's always something to be thankful for. In practicing gratitude, you invite more joy, peace, and contentment into your life, no matter where you are or what your circumstances may be. Number 8, accept and acknowledge your feelings. Living alone brings with it an abundance of time to sit with your thoughts. And while that can be a source of great personal growth, it can also feel overwhelming at times. One recurring theme that resonates across many discussions about solo living is the importance of accepting all of your emotions, the good, the challenge, and everything in between. It's crucial to remember that feeling lonely, sad, or anxious sometimes is not only normal but completely okay. What truly matters is how you respond to these emotions, not by bottling them up or avoiding them, but by acknowledging and accepting them as part of the human experience. Living alone often creates a space for reflection that can bring both clarity and discomfort. You might feel content one moment and lonely the next, but the key is to embrace those shifts rather than resist them. Just as you accept moments of joy, it's equally important to honor moments of sadness, frustration, or even fear. When you live alone, there's no one else to distract you from these feelings. And while that can sometimes feel intimidating, it's also an opportunity to practice deep emotional honesty with yourself. Many people who live alone have found that one of the most liberating things they can do is to simply allow their emotions to be. Instead of pushing away feelings of loneliness or sadness, They let those feelings come, sit with them, and allow them to pass naturally. Emotions are like waves. They rise, sometimes crash, and eventually recede. By acknowledging them, you give yourself the space to process and release them, rather than letting them build up inside. Take Sarah, for instance, who shared her story in an online forum. After going through a difficult breakup, she found herself living alone for the first time in years. Initially, the solitude felt unbearable. She tried to distract herself from her emotions by staying busy, but it only left her feeling more exhausted and disconnected. I finally realized that what I needed wasn't more distraction, Sarah said, but to sit with my feelings. As painful as they were, she began journaling every evening, writing down not only her thoughts but her raw emotions, even if they felt messy or uncomfortable. It was like giving myself permission to feel everything without judgment, and it helped me heal in ways I didn't expect. Journaling, as Sarah discovered, is a powerful way to process emotions. Writing allows you to get your feelings out of your head and onto paper, where they often seem less overwhelming. It's a form of self-expression that doesn't require an audience, just honesty. Some people prefer writing letters to themselves, while others find comfort in recording voice memos or even talking out loud to process their thoughts. These personal outlets can offer clarity, release, and the reassurance that it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. What's important is that you give those feelings space to exist rather than suppressing them. For those who struggle to manage their emotions on their own, speaking with a therapist or counselor can be incredibly helpful. Therapy provides a safe and supportive environment where you can explore your feelings with someone who can offer guidance, validation, and tools for coping. It's a place where you can be completely vulnerable without fear of judgment. And for many, it serves as a vital outlet for emotional health. Engaging in therapy doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It's simply an act of self-care and a powerful step toward emotional resilience. In addition to professional help, many people find solace in connecting with others who have experienced similar emotions. Online support groups, forums, and communities can be great spaces to share your feelings with those who understand what you're going through. While living alone might feel isolating at times, it's comforting to remember that you're not truly alone in your emotions. Others are navigating similar experiences, and reaching out can help you feel more connected. But even in moments of deep solitude, there is strength in accepting your emotions. Emotional resilience doesn't mean you never feel sad or lonely. It means you allow yourself to feel those emotions without letting them define you. By practicing acceptance, you build emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back, to weather emotional storms without losing yourself in them. It's this resilience that helps you move forward, even on days when the weight of your emotions feels heavy. It's also important to recognize that accepting your emotions doesn't mean wallowing in them. It means acknowledging what you feel, sitting with it for a while, and then gently finding ways to move forward. This might look like engaging in a creative activity that helps you release pent-up energy, taking a walk outside to clear your head, or simply calling a friend to talk through what you're feeling. Healthy outlets for expression, whether creative, physical, or social, can make all the difference in how you manage your emotional well-being. The beauty of living alone is that it gives you the space to develop this deep relationship with yourself. You learn to recognize your emotional patterns, to notice what triggers certain feelings, and to respond to those feelings with compassion rather than self-criticism. You become your own best companion, someone who can navigate both joy and sorrow with grace. And when you practice emotional acceptance, you create room for peace even amid difficult emotions. In the end, accepting and acknowledging your feelings isn't just a practice for living alone, it's a practice for life. It teaches you that emotions are not something to be feared or controlled, but something to be felt, understood, and ultimately released. By allowing yourself to feel both the highs and lows, you build a deeper connection with yourself and cultivate the emotional resilience that allows you to thrive, even in solitude. Number 9, develop a self-care ritual. Living alone offers you a unique opportunity to truly focus on self-care, something that often gets lost in the hectic pace of daily life. With no one else to care for or cater to, you have the space to make yourself a priority. Many people who live alone stress the importance of making self-care a non-negotiable part of their routine, a regular practice that allows them to recharge, nourish their bodies, and nurture their souls. Self-care doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming, but it should be intentional, serving as a way to replenish your energy and maintain your emotional and physical well-being. What self-care looks like can vary widely from person to person. For some, it's about physically taking time to rest, pamper the body, and rejuvenate tired muscles. For others, it's about emotional or spiritual nourishment, doing things that help bring peace and balance to their lives. The beauty of living alone is that you get to define exactly what self-care means to you and create a ritual that suits your needs and desires. Take Emma, a retired nurse who now lives by herself. She shared her self-care practice on a wellness forum, describing how she dedicates her Sundays entirely to herself. "I light some candles, take a long bath, and listen to music that soothes me," she explains. "It's my way of showing myself kindness." For Emma, her self-care ritual is a weekly appointment with herself, a sacred time where she can unwind, reflect, and reconnect with her inner calm. The candles and music create an atmosphere of relaxation, and the simple act of taking a long bath becomes a symbol of care and tenderness toward herself. It's a reminder that she is worthy of love and attention, even when it's coming from no one but herself. Emma's story serves as a powerful example of how self-care can be both simple and deeply meaningful. It's not about indulgence or luxury, it's about making the time to check in with yourself and meet your own needs. Lighting candles, soaking in a bath, or listening to music might seem small, but when done with intention, these acts become a form of self-respect. They signal to your body and mind that you deserve care and that you are worth the effort it takes to rest and rejuvenate. For others, self-care might look a little different. Some people find nourishment in reading a favorite book with a warm cup of tea, spending time in nature, or practicing mindfulness through meditation. It could be a skincare routine that makes you feel pampered, journaling to clear your mind, or stretching in the morning to awaken your body. These rituals, though small, have a cumulative effect. They help create a rhythm in your life that prioritizes balance, peace, and well-being, even amid everyday responsibilities. The important thing about self-care is that it's consistent. Whether it's daily, weekly, or somewhere in between, your self-care ritual should become a regular part of your routine, something you look forward to and protect. No matter what else is going on in your life, it's easy to let self-care slip, especially when things get busy or stressful. But that's precisely when it's most needed. By making it a non-negotiable part of your schedule, you ensure that you're always taking time to recharge and nurture yourself. One of the greatest gifts of living alone is that you can fully customize your self-care practice to suit your own needs, without worrying about anyone else's preferences or schedules. You can take as much time as you want, doing exactly what feels good to you. This freedom allows you to truly connect with yourself, to explore what makes you feel calm, happy, and restored. It's also important to remember that self-care doesn't have to be elaborate or expensive. It's not about spa days or luxury items, though. If those things bring you joy, they can certainly be part of your ritual. More often, it's the simple, everyday acts of care that make the biggest difference. A quiet morning spent sipping coffee while watching the sunrise, an afternoon walk in the park, or an evening spent journaling by candlelight. These are all acts of self-care that can have a profound impact on your well-being. For those who struggle to prioritize self-care, starting small can be helpful. Begin by setting aside just a few minutes each day to focus on something that makes you feel good. It could be as simple as stretching, meditating, or taking a few deep breaths. As you build this practice, you can gradually add more activities or dedicate more time to your self-care routine. The key is to make it a habit, a regular part of your life that brings you joy and peace. Self-care is also about acknowledging that you deserve kindness and compassion from yourself. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that you must always be productive, or that taking time for yourself is selfish. But the truth is, self-care is essential. When you take care of yourself, you're better able to handle the stresses of life, you feel more balanced and content, and you have more energy to bring to the things that matter to you. In the end, self-care isn't just about pampering yourself, it's about maintaining your emotional, physical, and spiritual health. It's a way of ensuring that you don't burn out or become disconnected from yourself. Living alone provides the perfect opportunity to cultivate this practice, to make it an integral part of your life, and to use it as a tool for self-love and resilience. So, whether it's lighting candles like Emma, treating yourself to a quiet moment with a book, or simply taking the time to rest and reflect, make your self-care a priority. Living alone gives you the space to create a ritual that's all about you, tailored to your needs, and designed to help you thrive. In doing so, you're not only nurturing your body and mind, you're reinforcing the message that you matter, that your well-being is worth the time and effort, and that self-care is an essential part of a life well lived. Number 10, set personal goals. One of the most effective ways to stay motivated and engaged when living alone is by setting personal goals. Goals provide a sense of direction, purpose, and accomplishment that can make even the most solitary moments feel meaningful. They offer a clear path forward, whether you're learning something new, working toward a long-term project, or simply striving to improve your daily life. These goals don't have to be grand or life-altering, even small. Achievable objectives can give you a reason to look ahead with excitement and determination. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 4 below to let me know that you are still here with me. When you live alone, it's easy to fall into a routine where one day blends into the next, especially if you're no longer working or managing the demands of a busy household. Setting personal goals can break that monotony by giving you something to work toward, something to celebrate when you achieve it. These goals act as guideposts that help you maintain a sense of purpose and direction, even in the quiet moments of solitude. Take Richard, for example, a 65-year-old who found himself living alone after his spouse passed away. In the early days of this major life adjustment, Richard struggled with the absence of his former routines and the overwhelming quiet of his home. To help him cope, he began setting small, manageable goals. I started by setting simple goals like organizing a room each week or trying a new recipe, Richard shared. These goals may have seemed modest, but they gave him a sense of productivity and purpose. Over time, I began to feel more accomplished and fulfilled, he reflected, noting that these small steps helped him transition from feeling lost in his solitude to feeling empowered by his ability to move forward. Richard's experience highlights an important truth. Personal goals don't have to be monumental to have a big impact. Small, achievable goals can be just as meaningful as larger, long-term ones. Whether it's organizing a space in your home, reading a certain number of books in a year, walking a set number of steps each day, or even learning how to cook new meals. Each goal you set and reach brings a sense of accomplishment. These moments of achievement remind you that you're actively shaping your life, rather than simply letting the days pass by. Living alone gives you the perfect opportunity to design your goals in a way that suits your desires, interests, and needs. You don't have to worry about anyone else's schedule or preferences. You can set goals that reflect your unique aspirations. Maybe you've always wanted to learn a new skill, such as painting, knitting, or even mastering a new language. Or perhaps you want to challenge yourself physically, aiming to walk a certain distance each week, or try out a new exercise routine. Whatever your goals may be, they are entirely yours to define and pursue, and that freedom can be incredibly empowering. Another key benefit of goal setting is the sense of progress it brings. When you live alone, especially if you're in retirement or between major life transitions, it's easy to feel like life has slowed down or become stagnant. Setting goals helps you push back against that feeling by providing a roadmap for personal growth. Each time you accomplish a goal, no matter how small, you're reminded that you're still moving forward, learning and evolving. This sense of progress can be deeply fulfilling and helps maintain your sense of vitality and purpose. It's also worth noting that goals don't always have to be tied to productivity or achievement. Some goals can focus on self-care, mental well-being, or spiritual growth. For example, you might set a goal to meditate for 10 minutes every day, journal your thoughts regularly, or dedicate time to mindfulness practices that help you feel centered and at peace. These types of goals are just as important as the ones that focus on learning new skills or completing tasks that contribute to your overall well-being and help you stay connected to yourself on a deeper level. The act of setting personal goals also serves as a form of self-commitment. It's a way of telling yourself that your time, efforts, and aspirations matter. By working towards something, even something small, you reinforce your sense of purpose and remind yourself that your life is full of potential, even when you're on your own. The joy of reaching a goal, whether it's finishing a book you've been wanting to read, mastering a recipe, or completing a long-neglected project, brings with it a sense of satisfaction that boosts both your confidence and happiness. If you're not sure where to start, begin with small, achievable goals. These can be as simple as organizing a closet, trying out a new hobby, or making a weekly meal plan. As you build confidence in reaching these smaller goals, you can expand into larger projects, like planning a future trip, redecorating your home, or working on a long-term fitness routine. The key is to choose goals that feel meaningful to you and that are realistic within your current lifestyle. Each goal you set and accomplish will remind you that you are capable of growth, even in solitude. Additionally, consider breaking larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. This makes them feel less overwhelming and allows you to celebrate progress along the way. For example, if your goal is to write a novel, set smaller milestones like drafting one chapter a month or outlining key scenes. If your goal is to improve your fitness, start by walking a certain number of steps each day and gradually increase as you feel more comfortable. The process of breaking down goals into achievable steps helps maintain momentum and motivation. Ultimately, setting personal goals while living alone is a way of staying engaged with life and with yourself. It gives you a reason to look forward to each day, a sense of accomplishment to carry with you, and a reminder that, even in solitude, you are actively creating a life that feels purposeful and fulfilling. Whether your goals are big or small, practical or aspirational, they are your way of continuing to grow, learn, and move forward no matter where you are in life. Number 11, engage in volunteering or community service. One of the most meaningful ways to stay connected and give your life a greater sense of purpose, especially when living alone, is through volunteering or engaging in community service. Volunteering allows you to not only contribute to causes you care about, but also to build connections with others who share your values and passions. Many people who live alone have found that giving back to their communities not only fills their days with purpose, but also provides them with the social connections they might otherwise miss. When you live alone, it's easy to become absorbed in your world, but stepping outside of that through volunteering opens up new opportunities to engage with others and make a tangible impact. Whether you choose to help out at a local food bank, mentor young people, work at an animal shelter, or offer your skills to a nonprofit organization, volunteering gives you a reason to get out of the house and interact with people. More than that, it creates a deep sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing that your efforts are making a positive difference in the lives of others. Take Margaret, for instance, a retired librarian who found herself feeling a bit lost after her children moved away. With her nest now empty and her routine disrupted, she struggled with the loneliness that often accompanies such life transitions. That's when she decided to start volunteering at her local library, helping others with their reading skills. It gave me a reason to get out of the house and meet people Margaret shared. More than that, it made me feel like I was still contributing to the world, that I had something valuable to offer through volunteering. Margaret not only rediscovered a sense of belonging, but also found that helping others filled her with purpose and joy. Volunteering can be especially powerful for people living alone because it offers the chance to connect with like-minded individuals. Engaging in community service introduces you to people who share your interests and values, allowing you to expand your social circle and form meaningful friendships. These connections can help combat feelings of isolation and loneliness while creating a network of support that enriches your life in profound ways. What makes volunteering so special is that it's not just about helping others, it's also about helping yourself. When you give your time, energy, and skills to a cause you care about, you experience a sense of personal growth and fulfillment that comes from knowing your efforts are making a difference. This sense of purpose can be incredibly rewarding, especially if you're feeling unmotivated or adrift in your daily routine. Community service allows you to shift your focus from your challenges to the needs of others, and in doing so, you often find that your worries and anxieties become lighter. For many people, volunteering provides structure and routine, something that can be especially helpful when you live alone and don't have a fixed schedule. Having a regular commitment to a cause gives you a reason to get up and go out, to be part of something larger than yourself. Whether it's a weekly shift at a charity shop, organizing donations at a food bank, or spending time with animals at a shelter, these small acts of service can create a rhythm in your life that keeps you engaged and active. In addition to building a sense of community, volunteering can also expand your horizons by exposing you to new experiences, skills, and perspectives. You might learn about issues you weren't previously aware of, develop new talents, or even discover passions you didn't know you had. These experiences not only make your volunteer work more rewarding, but also add richness to your life by helping you grow as a person. The beauty of volunteering is that it's accessible to everyone, no matter your age, skills, or physical abilities. There are countless ways to give back, from virtual opportunities like tutoring online or offering your professional expertise to local nonprofits, to in-person roles such as delivering meals to the elderly or helping out at community events. The key is to find a cause that resonates with you, something that aligns with your values and makes you feel passionate about making a difference. For those who may feel intimidated by the idea of getting involved or aren't sure where to start, consider beginning with small, local opportunities. You can reach out to organizations in your community that need help, or even ask friends or neighbors if they know of any volunteer opportunities. Many online platforms such as Volunteer Match make it easy to find causes that align with your interests and skills. One of the greatest rewards of volunteering is the sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing you've made a positive impact. Whether it's seeing the smile on someone's face after you've helped them, knowing that your efforts contributed to a larger cause, or simply feeling the warmth of being part of a caring community. These moments remind you of the power of kindness and connection. Volunteering not only helps others, but it also nourishes your soul, giving you a deeper sense of purpose and satisfaction. In the end, volunteering is not just about filling your time, it's about enriching your life. When you engage in community service, you're building connections, contributing to the greater good, and discovering new ways to grow. Living alone doesn't have to mean living in isolation. Through volunteering, you can become part of a community that values your contributions and appreciates the difference you make. So whether it's helping at a local shelter, mentoring young people, or offering your skills to a cause that matters to you, consider making volunteering a part of your life. In doing so, you'll not only give back to the world, but also receive the priceless gifts of connection, fulfillment, and purpose. Number 12, practice financial mindfulness. When living alone, taking charge of your finances becomes a crucial aspect of maintaining independence and peace of mind. Managing your financial health thoughtfully allows you to not only cover your day-to-day needs, but also plan for the future with confidence. Many older adults emphasize the importance of practicing financial mindfulness to ensure long-term stability, especially as they transition into different phases of life. By being intentional about your spending, budgeting, and saving, you can reduce stress and create the financial freedom to enjoy your life without worrying about unexpected costs or financial setbacks. Financial mindfulness starts with a clear understanding of your income and expenses. Creating a budget is one of the first steps, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Simply tracking where your money is going, whether it's for groceries, utilities, hobbies, or healthcare, helps you see the bigger picture of your financial situation. This awareness allows you to make informed decisions and adjust your spending if needed, ensuring that you're living within your means while still allowing room for the things that bring you joy. Carla, a frequent contributor to a personal finance forum, shared her journey of adjusting her spending habits after her spouse passed away. "I realized I had to be more mindful about where my money was going," she reflected. "For years, I didn't pay attention to the details, but after becoming the sole person responsible for my finances, I knew I needed to take a closer look." Carla began tracking her expenses more carefully, creating a budget that accounted for her new lifestyle. By making simple adjustments like cutting unnecessary subscriptions and being more intentional about her spending, she was able to ease the financial stress that often comes with living alone. Carla's experience illustrates how financial mindfulness can empower you to take control of your situation. Even if you're already retired or living on a fixed income, practicing mindful spending and saving can make a significant difference in your financial well-being. By regularly reviewing your budget and making adjustments where necessary, you can ensure that your money is working for you and supporting your goals, rather than leaving you feeling anxious about the future. Another important aspect of financial mindfulness is planning for potential unexpected expenses. Living alone means you're solely responsible for covering costs, whether they arise from health issues, home repairs, or emergencies. Setting aside a portion of your income for an emergency fund can give you peace of mind, knowing that you have a financial safety net in place if something unexpected comes up. Even small, consistent contributions to a savings account can add up over time, providing you with a buffer that helps reduce stress when unforeseen expenses arise. In addition to budgeting and saving, it's important to regularly review your financial goals. Whether you're aiming to pay off debt, save for a future trip, or simply ensure that your retirement funds are sufficient, having clear goals helps you stay focused and motivated. If you're unsure of where to start or need help managing your finances, consider reaching out to a financial advisor. They can provide guidance tailored to your situation, helping you create a plan that aligns with your income, expenses, and future aspirations. One of the greatest benefits of financial mindfulness is the sense of freedom it provides. When you know exactly where your money is going and have a plan in place, you can live with greater confidence and ease. Financial stress can be overwhelming, especially when you're navigating life on your own. But by being proactive and taking charge of your financial health, you alleviate much of that burden, allowing yourself to focus on enjoying life rather than constantly worrying about money. Being mindful of your financial health also extends to considering your long-term future. Even if you're currently comfortable, it's important to plan for how your needs may change over time. This could involve thinking about healthcare costs, potential home modifications as you age, or creating a will or estate plan to ensure that your affairs are in order. Taking these steps now can help you avoid financial challenges later and ensure that your future is secure. In addition to the practical aspects of financial planning, there's also an emotional component to financial mindfulness. Being in control of your finances fosters a sense of empowerment. It reminds you that you're capable of managing your life independently, and that your financial decisions directly contribute to your overall well-being. This empowerment extends to making decisions about how you want to live, whether that means pursuing new hobbies, traveling, or simply enjoying your day-to-day life without financial worries hanging over your head. Practicing financial mindfulness doesn't mean you have to deprive yourself of the things you love. It's about finding balanced spending on what truly matters to you, while making sure you're taking care of your long-term needs. Whether that means setting a budget for dining out, planning for a dream vacation, or investing in a hobby that brings you joy. Mindful financial habits allow you to enjoy life's pleasures while staying financially secure. In the end, financial mindfulness is about being proactive and intentional with your money. By creating a budget, tracking your expenses, saving for the future, and setting financial goals, you're taking important steps toward ensuring your independence and peace of mind. Living alone comes with its own set of financial responsibilities, but with mindfulness and planning, you can navigate those challenges with confidence and ease. Financial security is not just about having enough, it's about making thoughtful choices that allow you to live comfortably, enjoy your life, and feel secure in your future. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 5 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Number 13, learn to cook for one. Cooking can be an incredibly joyful and creative process, but when you're living alone, it's easy to fall into the habit of skipping meals or relying on takeout because preparing food for one might seem like too much effort. However, many older adults and individuals who live alone emphasize the importance of learning how to cook healthy, delicious meals tailored to yourself. It's not just about getting proper nutrition. It's about experiencing the satisfaction and fulfillment that comes from preparing and enjoying food that you truly love. Cooking for one can become a beautiful form of self-care, as well as a way to explore new flavors and cuisines, and even connect with your cultural roots. For some, the thought of cooking just for themselves may initially feel discouraging. Tom, a 67-year-old who lives alone, shared his journey in a comment on an online video. For a long time, I thought, what's the point in cooking just for me? Tom's feelings are common. Many people struggle with the motivation to cook for just one person. However, that perspective shifted once he began experimenting with simple recipes and rediscovered the joy of cooking. Now I enjoy cooking more than ever. I even batch cook meals and freeze portions for busy days, he explained. By learning to cook for himself, Tom found that meal preparation wasn't a chore, but a rewarding experience that brought variety and pleasure into his life. Tom's story highlights a key point. Learning to cook for one is not just about feeding yourself, it's about transforming your meals into moments of self-care and enjoyment. When you're the only one you're cooking for, you have complete freedom to tailor each dish exactly to your tastes. Or more garlic in your pasta? Add it. Curious about trying a new spice or cooking method? Go for it. Cooking for one lets you be creative and adventurous without worrying about anyone else's preferences, making it a deeply personal and gratifying experience. In addition to being a source of joy, cooking for yourself has immense health benefits. Preparing your meals gives you complete control over the ingredients and portion sizes, allowing you to make choices that support your well-being. You can prioritize fresh, nutrient-rich foods, experiment with new healthy recipes, and avoid the excess salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats often found in processed or takeout meals. By taking charge of what you eat, you're actively caring for your body and mind, fueling yourself with energy and vitality. For those who find cooking every day overwhelming, batch cooking can be a lifesaver. Tom's strategy of cooking larger portions and freezing them for later ensures that you always have healthy, homemade meals on hand, even on days when you don't feel like cooking. This approach not only saves time and effort, but also reduces food waste, as you can portion out exactly what you need and save the rest for future meals. Batch cooking can also be a fun way to experiment with new recipes. Try making a big pot of soup, a casserole, or a stir fry, and portion it out into individual servings for the week ahead. If you're new to cooking for one, start with simple, versatile recipes that are easy to modify or scale down. Dishes like omelets, grain bowls, salads, or stir fries can be customized with whatever ingredients you have on hand, allowing for endless variety without the hassle of complicated recipes. As you grow more confident in the kitchen, you can expand your repertoire to include more elaborate dishes or experiment with different cuisines and cooking techniques. The key is to make the process enjoyable and low pressure, focusing on what makes you excited to cook and eat. Another important aspect of cooking for yourself is creating a dining experience that feels special, even if you're eating alone. Just because you're the only one at the table doesn't mean you shouldn't set the scene, light a candle, play some music, or set your meal on a nice plate. These small details can elevate your dining experience, turning it into a moment of joy and celebration rather than something rushed or routine. Eating mindfully, savoring each bite, and appreciating the care you put into your meal can transform the act of dining solo into a deeply rewarding ritual. Cooking for yourself can also be an opportunity to reconnect with your cultural or family traditions. Many people find comfort in preparing dishes that remind them of their heritage or childhood, bringing a sense of nostalgia and connection to their meals. Whether it's a family recipe passed down through generations or a dish from your favorite cuisine, cooking these meals can help you feel more grounded and emotionally connected, even when you're physically on your own. For those who find motivation in the community, online cooking forums and social media groups can provide inspiration, recipe ideas, and a sense of camaraderie. Sharing your culinary experiments with others or exchanging tips with fellow solo cooks can make the experience even more fun and fulfilling. Cooking challenges or themed recipe days are popular in these communities, offering a way to stay engaged and inspired in the kitchen. In the end, learning to cook for one is about much more than just sustenance. It's about self-care, creativity, and empowerment. By embracing the process of preparing meals that nourish both your body and soul, you take control of your health and well-being in a way that feels personal and rewarding. Cooking for yourself can be a journey of discovery, where you learn more about your tastes, experiment with new ingredients, and find joy in the act of creating something delicious just for you. So, whether you're cooking a simple breakfast, experimenting with a new dinner recipe, or batch cooking for the week ahead, remember that the process of cooking for one can be as fulfilling as it is practical. You deserve to enjoy the food you eat, and by learning to cook for yourself, you turn every meal into an opportunity to care for your body, express your creativity, and savor the pleasures of good food, even when it's just you at the table. Number 14. Engage in lifelong learning. Living alone offers a unique opportunity to rediscover the joy of learning and engage in lifelong education. Whether you're retired, working part-time, or simply seeking a new challenge, embracing lifelong learning can stimulate your mind, expand your horizons, and give you a renewed sense of purpose. Many older adults have shared their experiences on online forums, expressing how continuing their education, whether through online courses, workshops, or reading, has brought immense satisfaction and kept them mentally sharp. Lifelong learning doesn't just benefit your mind, it also feeds your curiosity and opens the door to new passions, ideas, and creative outlets. For Jane, a retired accountant, learning something new became a vital part of her post-retirement life. I enrolled in an online photography course after retiring, and it gave me something to look forward to, she shared. Photography became more than just a hobby for Jane. It became a way of expressing herself creatively and capturing the beauty of the world around her. Now I spend my afternoons capturing moments in nature, she said, reflecting on how the skills she learned have enriched her life in Orjunfei. By engaging in lifelong learning, Jane found both fulfillment and joy, proving that it's never too late to pursue a new passion or explore unfamiliar territory. One of the greatest benefits of lifelong learning is the mental stimulation it provides. Learning something new, whether it's a skill, a language, or a subject that fascinates you, challenges your brain in exciting ways. It helps keep your mind active, sharpens your critical thinking skills, and gives you fresh perspectives on the world. When you engage in learning, you give yourself a sense of accomplishment, especially as you master new concepts or apply what you've learned to your everyday life. This sense of progress can boost your confidence and motivation, making life feel more dynamic and purposeful. In today's digital age, the learning opportunities are nearly endless. Platforms like Coursera, edX, and Udemy offer a vast range of online courses on virtually any topic you can imagine, from history and literature to technology, psychology, and even personal development. These courses allow you to learn at your own pace, from the comfort of your home, and are often taught by experts from renowned universities and institutions. Whether you're interested in picking up a new hobby, diving deep into a specific subject, or developing practical skills like coding or financial management, there's a course for you. The flexibility of online learning makes it particularly appealing for those living alone. You can schedule your learning around your daily routine, spending as much or as little time as you want on your studies. It's an excellent way to fill your days with purpose, while also gaining valuable knowledge or skills that might enhance your personal or professional life. And because many courses offer community forums or discussion groups, you can connect with others who share your interests, creating a sense of social connection even while learning independently. For some, lifelong learning may come in the form of reading. Books remain one of the most accessible ways to engage with new ideas and immerse yourself in topics that interest you. Whether you prefer fiction, nonfiction, biographies, or self-help, reading can be a deeply satisfying way to explore the world from the comfort of your home. Many lifelong learners find joy in building reading lists that challenge their thinking or inspire them to try something new. And with libraries, ebooks, and online book clubs, there's no shortage of material to dive into. Workshops and community classes also offer a more hands-on approach to learning. If you prefer face-to-face interaction, check out local workshops on cooking, crafting, writing, or fitness. These in-person opportunities not only teach you new skills but also allow you to meet people with similar interests, fostering social connections and creating a sense of belonging. The act of learning together in a group can be incredibly rewarding, as you share knowledge and experiences with others who are just as eager to grow. Another rewarding aspect of lifelong learning is the opportunity to explore subjects or hobbies that you may not have had time for earlier in life. Perhaps you always wanted to learn how to play an instrument, paint, or garden. Now, with the freedom that comes from living alone and having more control over your schedule, you can finally dive into those interests. It's a chance to reclaim your passions or discover new ones, all while enriching your life and adding layers of depth to your personal experiences. Lifelong learning isn't just about acquiring new knowledge, it's about personal growth and self-expression. For many, learning becomes a way of finding new outlets for creativity, whether through writing, art, or even photography like Jane. These creative pursuits not only give you a sense of accomplishment, but also allow you to express yourself in ways you may not have explored before. Learning and creativity often go hand in hand, each feeding the other as you develop new skills and find new ways to apply them. Moreover, engaging in lifelong learning can be a powerful tool for maintaining mental health and emotional well-being. The process of learning keeps your brain active, which is essential for cognitive health as we age. It also combats feelings of isolation or boredom by giving you something to focus on and be excited about. When you're learning something new, you're constantly growing, challenging yourself, and experiencing the joy of discovery. This can bring a renewed sense of purpose and excitement into your life, making your days feel fuller and more meaningful. Ultimately, lifelong learning is about maintaining an open mind and a curious spirit, no matter your age or circumstances. It's about acknowledging that there's always something new to learn, something that can add value, joy, or insight to your life. Whether you're learning a new skill, diving into a subject that fascinates you, or simply picking up a book that expands your perspective, lifelong learning ensures that your mind stays engaged and your spirit stays curious. So whether you choose to enroll in an online course, attend a local workshop, or spend your afternoons reading about topics you've always wanted to explore, remember that learning is a lifelong journey. By embracing this journey, you not only stay mentally sharp, but also unlock new layers of fulfillment and joy. Lifelong learning isn't just a hobby, it's a way of living that keeps your curiosity alive and your mind flourishing, no matter where life takes you. Number 15, cultivate mindful eating. Mindful eating is a powerful practice that can greatly enrich your experience of living alone. It's easy to fall into the habit of rushing through meals, eating in front of the TV, or scrolling through your phone when dining solo. However, many people have found that turning mealtime into a mindful, intentional practice can transform their relationship with food and bring a deeper sense of calm, enjoyment, and gratitude to their everyday lives. Mindful eating is not just about what you eat. It's about how you eat, focusing on each bite, savoring flavors, and appreciating the nourishment you're giving your body. Linda, a regular commenter on a health forum, shared her journey with mindful eating after finding herself living alone. "I used to eat while watching TV or scrolling through my phone," she explained. "It was mindless, and I barely tasted the food I was eating. However, after learning about mindful eating, she decided to shift her approach. Now, I set the table, light a candle, and focus entirely on the meal in front of me. It's made eating such a peaceful and enjoyable experience." Linda's story highlights how being present during mealtime can turn a simple meal into a moment of self-care and serenity. Mindful eating involves being fully present during your meal, paying attention to the textures, flavors, and sensations of each bite, and appreciating the process of nourishing your body. This practice encourages you to slow down, giving yourself the space to enjoy your food without distractions. By being aware of how your body feels while eating, you're more likely to stop when you're satisfied rather than overeating out of habit. This not only supports better digestion, but also helps you develop a healthier, more conscious relationship with food. When you live alone, meals can sometimes feel like a rushed, solitary experience. But by cultivating mindful eating habits, you can transform mealtime into an opportunity for reflection, gratitude, and peace. Even the simplest meal can become an enjoyable ritual when approached with mindfulness. You don't have to prepare elaborate dishes or create a fancy setting. What matters is that you're present in the moment and fully engaged in the experience of eating. One way to begin practicing mindful eating is by creating a calm and intentional environment for your meals. Like Linda, consider setting the table, even if you're eating alone. Adding small touches like lighting a candle, playing soft music, or arranging your plate neatly can make the experience feel special and inviting. These simple acts signal to your brain that mealtime is a moment to slow down, relax, and savor your food. When you sit down to eat, Take a moment to appreciate the food in front of you. Think about where it came from, how it was prepared, and the nourishment it will provide. As you take your first bite, focus on the flavors and textures. Chew slowly, noticing how the food feels in your mouth and how the taste evolves. By eating more slowly and with greater awareness, you give yourself the chance to fully enjoy the meal, and you'll often find that you feel more satisfied with less food. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 6 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Mindful eating also encourages a deeper connection with your body's hunger and fullness signals. When you eat without distractions, you're more attuned to how your body feels as you eat. You'll start to notice when you're genuinely hungry and when you're beginning to feel full. This awareness can help prevent overeating and create a more balanced, intuitive relationship with food. In addition to the physical benefits, mindful eating can bring a sense of calm and gratitude into your daily life. When you're fully present during meals, you create space for relaxation, even if it's just for a short period. This intentional pause can serve as a moment of mindfulness in your day, helping you reset and feel more grounded. It's a practice that invites you to slow down, appreciate the present moment, and experience a sense of gratitude for the food that nourishes your body. Mindful eating can also be a wonderful opportunity to explore new foods and flavors. When you eat mindfully, you're more likely to notice the subtle differences between ingredients, and this awareness can inspire you to try new recipes or experiment with different cuisines. By treating your meals as an experience rather than a task, you might find that you enjoy food more and are more open to discovering new tastes and textures. For those who find it difficult to break the habit of eating while distracted, start small. Try eating one meal a day without any screens or distractions and focus solely on the food in front of you. Even if it's just a few minutes of mindful eating, this practice can gradually shift your relationship with food and make mealtimes more meaningful. Another way to incorporate mindfulness into your meals is by practicing gratitude before eating. Take a moment to acknowledge the effort it took to prepare the food, whether it was made by you or someone else. Now think about the journey the ingredients took to get to your plate, the farmers who grew the produce, the people who transported it, and the care that went into making the meal. This small act of gratitude can enhance your appreciation for the food you're eating and create a deeper sense of connection to the process of nourishment. Ultimately, mindful eating is about honoring your body and your relationship with food. It's a way of bringing intention and awareness to something that we often do on autopilot. By taking the time to eat mindfully, you're not only supporting your physical health but also nurturing your emotional and mental well-being. It's an opportunity to practice self-care in a simple, yet profound way, transforming the act of eating into a peaceful, joyful experience. So whether you're preparing a quick breakfast, enjoying a homemade dinner, or trying out a new recipe, remember to approach your meals with mindfulness. By savoring each bite, appreciating the nourishment, and creating a calm, intentional space for your meals, you can turn everyday eating into a source of comfort, pleasure, and gratitude. Number 16. Adopt a pet or plant. For many people living alone, one of the most fulfilling choices they make is to adopt a pet or tend to plants. Having something to care for not only brings a sense of companionship, but also adds routine, responsibility, and purpose to your life. Pets, in particular, provide emotional support, comfort, and unconditional love, offering a daily reminder that you're never truly alone. For those who may feel that a pet is too big of a commitment, nurturing houseplants can offer a similar sense of fulfillment. Plants require attention, care, and time, while also brightening up your space and connecting you with nature. Whether you choose a pet or plants, both can transform your living environment, making it feel warmer, more vibrant, and alive. George, a member of a pet lovers forum, shared a story of how adopting a dog after his wife passed away completely changed his life. "Max gives me a reason to get out of the house every day for walks. He's always there for me, and I never feel lonely with him around." George's story illustrates the incredible emotional support that pets can provide, especially during times of grief or major life transitions. Max not only offers companionship, but also gives George a reason to stay active and engaged with the world, keeping him connected to a routine and offering a sense of purpose. Pets, whether they're dogs, cats, birds, or even smaller animals like fish or hamsters, can have a profound impact on your emotional well-being. They bring joy, laughter, and a sense of connection that is particularly valuable when you're living alone. Having a pet in your home means there's always someone waiting for you, someone who relies on your care, and in turn, provides comfort and affection. Pets can help reduce feelings of loneliness, improve mental health, and create a routine that encourages physical activity, such as taking daily walks or playtime. For those who may not be ready for the responsibility of a pet, or who prefer a more low-maintenance option, plants are a wonderful alternative. Houseplants, though quieter than pets, require attention and care that can bring similar feelings of fulfillment. Tending to plants gives you a sense of responsibility and accomplishment as you watch them grow and thrive under your care. Plants also add a calming, natural beauty to your home, improving air quality and making your living space feel more peaceful and vibrant. A member of a gardening forum shared her experience, noting how tending to her indoor plants gave her a deep sense of satisfaction. "I love watching my plants grow and bloom. It's peaceful to care for something that depends on me, and I feel a connection to nature." Even indoors, for many, the act of watering, pruning, and nurturing plants can be a meditative practice, providing a daily moment of mindfulness and calm. Plants remind us of the natural cycles of life, growth and renewal, and caring for them can help reduce stress and bring a sense of tranquility to your day. One of the great things about houseplants is that they come in all varieties, from the nearly indestructible succulents and cacti to more delicate and involved plants like orchids or ferns. You can choose plants that suit your lifestyle, level of experience, and how much time you're willing to dedicate to their care. Even small, easy-to-maintain plants can make a big difference in how your space feels, brightening your home and bringing in a sense of life and growth. Whether you choose a pet or a plant, the act of caring for another living thing can fill your days with meaning and purpose. Pets encourage routine and offer emotional companionship, while plants provide a sense of nurturing and beauty that enriches your environment. Both pets and plants create a home that feels alive and vibrant, bringing warmth and comfort to your living space. For many who live alone, adopting a pet or cultivating plants also helps them feel more connected to the world. Pets bring you outside for walks, introduce you to other pet owners, and create moments of interaction and conversation with people in your community. Similarly, plants can spark interest in gardening groups or online forums where you can exchange tips and experiences with other plant enthusiasts, creating a sense of shared interest and connection. Ultimately, bringing a pet or plant into your life is about more than just having something to care for. It's about enhancing your emotional well-being, adding routine and responsibility to your day, and creating a home that feels warm, inviting, and alive. Pets offer companionship, love, and joy, while plants add tranquility, beauty, and a touch of nature to your space. Both options can significantly improve your quality of life, giving you something to nurture, care for, and look forward to each day. So, whether it's a loyal dog like George's Max, a playful cat, a collection of thriving houseplants, or a small garden on your windowsill, adopting a pet or nurturing plants can transform your home into a lively, nurturing sanctuary. They remind you that even in solitude, there's always room for connection, growth, and companionship in the most fulfilling and life-enhancing ways. Number 17, practice digital detox. In today's hyper-connected world, it's easy to spend hours in front of screens, especially when living alone. From scrolling through social media to binge-watching shows or checking constant notifications, digital distractions can easily consume our time and energy. While technology can help us stay connected, many people have discovered the transformative benefits of stepping away from screens and practicing a digital detox. Taking regular breaks from your phone, social media, or television can help you reconnect with yourself and the world around you, creating a deeper sense of peace, presence, and mindfulness. A digital detox doesn't have to be extreme. It's simply about carving out intentional moments in your day where you unplug from digital distractions and focus on being present. Sarah, who lives alone, shared her experience of gradually incorporating a digital detox into her routine. At first, I felt lost without constant notifications, she admitted. But now, it's my favorite time of the day. I turn off my phone for a few hours each evening, and I either ride long paths or just sit quietly with my thoughts. It's helped me feel more centered. Sarah's story is a great example of how stepping away from screens can create opportunities for deeper sonic and personal connection. Many of us rely on our phones and computers not just for work, but also for entertainment, communication, and even as a way to pass the time. However, this constant exposure to digital stimuli can contribute to feelings of stress, anxiety, and even loneliness, as it keeps us in a reactive state. Notifications, messages, and endless streams of content often pull us away from the present moment, making it difficult to fully engage with our surroundings or enjoy moments of quiet and stillness. By practicing a digital detox, you give yourself the chance to break free from these distractions and reconnect with what truly matters. Whether it's spending time in nature, engaging in a hobby, or simply sitting quietly with your thoughts, taking regular breaks from screens allows you to refocus your attention and restore your sense of balance. These breaks don't have to be long. Sarah's few hours each evening are a great example of how even short periods of disconnection can make a big difference in your mental and emotional well-being. One of the key benefits of a digital detox is the opportunity to be fully present in your surroundings. When you're not constantly checking your phone or absorbed in digital content, you become more aware of the world around you. You might notice the beauty of the natural environment, hear sounds you normally tune out, or simply experience a greater sense of peace and calm. This practice of presence can be incredibly grounding, helping you feel more connected to the moment and less overwhelmed by the constant stream of information and distractions. Another significant benefit of unplugging from technology is its positive impact on stress levels and sleep. Research has shown that the blue light emitted from screens can interfere with the body's natural sleep-wake cycle, making it harder to fall asleep and get sweet and restful sleep. By turning off screens in the evening, you give your brain a chance to wind down naturally, improving both the quality and duration of your sleep. A digital detox can also reduce stress by giving you time to decompress without the pressure of constant notifications or social media comparisons. For those new to the idea of a digital detox, it might feel strange or uncomfortable at first. We're so accustomed to being constantly connected that the absence of digital distractions can feel like a void. However, this initial discomfort is often followed by a sense of relief and freedom. Without the constant pull of your phone or computer, You can rediscover activities that bring you joy and peace, whether it's reading, journaling, exercising, or simply enjoying quiet moments of contemplation. If you're not ready to fully unplug for long periods, start small. Try setting aside a few hours each day where you intentionally turn off your phone or step away from screens. You might choose to take a walk, meditate, or even cook a meal without the distraction of technology. Gradually, you can build longer periods of screen-free time into your routine, giving yourself more opportunities to recharge and reconnect. Another approach to digital detox is creating screen-free zones in your home. For example, you might decide to keep your bedroom free of digital devices, reserving that space for rest. Similarly, you could create a morning routine where you start your day without immediately reaching for your phone, allowing yourself time to wake up naturally and focus on setting a positive tone for the day. The benefits of a digital detox extend beyond just stress reduction, and better sleep. It's also an opportunity for personal growth and reflection. Without the constant influx of external information, you create space to listen to your thoughts, explore your inner world, and connect with your true desires and feelings. Many people find that digital detoxes help them feel more centered, creative, and mindful, as they're no longer being pulled in multiple directions by online distractions. Ultimately, a digital detox is about reclaiming your time and attention. Living alone offers a unique opportunity to shape your environment and routine in a way that supports your well-being. By intentionally stepping away from screens and allowing yourself moments of quiet, you can cultivate a deeper sense of peace, presence, and connection with yourself and the world around you. So, whether it's turning off your phone for a few hours each evening like Sarah, taking a weekend break from social media, or simply creating a screen-free space in your home, practicing a digital detox can greatly enhance your mental and emotional well-being. It helps you reconnect with what truly matters, find balance in a digital world, and create space for more mindful, meaningful living. Number 18, create a legacy project. For many people living alone, working on a legacy project brings a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment. A legacy project is something that reflects who you are and what you wish to leave behind, a meaningful contribution that connects your life story to future generations. Whether it's writing a memoir, compiling a family history, creating photo albums, or documenting important life lessons, a legacy project serves as a way to share your experiences, wisdom, and values with those who come after you. It becomes a living record of your journey, allowing you to reflect on the path you've walked while creating something lasting for loved ones to cherish. David, a retired architect, shared his experience in an online forum about how starting his memoir transformed his daily routine. "I wanted my grandchildren to know about my experiences, joys, and lessons in life," David explained. "It gives me something to work on each day and reminds me that I'm contributing to the future, even if I won't be around to see it." For David, writing his memoir not only provided him with a sense of purpose, but also allowed him to reflect on his life's journey and preserve his memories for future generations. His project serves as a lasting gift for his grandchildren, one that will connect them to his legacy long after he's gone. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 7 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Legacy projects come in many forms and can be as unique as the person creating them. Some people may choose to write a detailed memoir, capturing the significant moments, milestones, and lessons that shape their lives. Others might focus on compiling a family history, tracing their ancestry, and preserving the stories of those who came before them. Photo albums, scrapbooks, or even video recordings can also serve as beautiful ways to document your life and share your memories with loved ones. No matter the format, the common thread is that a legacy project is deeply personal and meaningful, allowing you to leave behind something that reflects your values, experiences, and wisdom. One of the most rewarding aspects of working on a legacy project is the opportunity for self-reflection. As you gather your thoughts, memories, and stories, you naturally start to revisit the key moments in your life, the challenges you overcame, the people who shaped you, and the lessons you've learned along the way. This process of reflection can be incredibly healing and affirming, helping you gain a deeper understanding of your journey. It's a chance to celebrate your accomplishments, acknowledge your growth, and even find peace with any unresolved parts of your story. Legacy projects also provide a tangible way to pass down important life lessons, family traditions, or values that matter to you. In a world where so much of our communication is digital and fleeting, a physical or written legacy can serve as an enduring reminder of who you are and what you stand for. It allows you to share your insights, wisdom, and experiences in a way that your loved ones can revisit whenever they need guidance, inspiration, or comfort. Whether it's advice on navigating life's challenges, stories of resilience, or reflections on love and family, your legacy project can be a source of strength and connection for future generations. For those who might feel overwhelmed by the idea of creating a legacy project, it's important to remember that it doesn't have to be a grand undertaking. You can start small, perhaps by writing down a few memories each week, recording voice memos of important stories, or organizing family photos and albums. The key is to focus on what feels meaningful to you and take it one step at a time. Over time, these small contributions will build into something substantial and deeply valuable. In addition to preserving memories and stories, legacy projects can also serve as a creative outlet. Whether you're writing, organizing photos, or creating artwork, these projects allow you to express yourself and tap into your creativity. Many people find that working on a legacy project brings them joy and fulfillment, as it becomes a space where they can explore their passions, reflect on their lives, and share something beautiful with others. Legacy projects can also be a way to bring family members together. You might involve your children, grandchildren, or other relatives in the process, asking them to contribute their memories, stories, or photos. This collaborative approach not only strengthens family bonds, but also creates a richer, more inclusive narrative that captures the essence of your shared history. Ultimately, creating a legacy project is about leaving behind something meaningful, a gift that will endure and provide a sense of connection for future generations. It's a way of contributing to the future, even after you're no longer around. Offering your loved ones a tangible piece of your life story. Legacy projects remind us that our experiences, no matter how personal, have value, and that the lessons we've learned can continue to inspire and guide those who come after us. So, whether you choose to write your memoir, create a family photo album, or compile a collection of life lessons, consider starting a legacy project. It's a deeply personal and rewarding way to reflect on your life, share your wisdom, and create a lasting connection with the people who matter most to you. Through your legacy, you can continue to influence, inspire, and offer love and guidance to future generations long after you're gone, leaving behind a piece of yourself that will be cherished for years to come. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey of exploring meaningful ways to enhance life while living alone. We've covered everything from mindful eating and digital detoxes to creating legacy projects and adopting pets or plants. Each of these habits has the power to transform your days with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What have you learned so far from this video? Is there one practice that stood out to you that you'll bring into your life? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to know what resonated with you and how you plan to make the most of living alone. If you liked this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching.